Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where enduring wisdom meets the strength of presence, and where we uncover the truths modern society refuses to teach men. There's a silent moment that happens between you and a woman when you stop reaching out, when your messages disappear, when your energy pulls back. And in that silence, something powerful is triggered. Most men never grasp what's truly happening beneath the surface, but today we will. In this video, we're going deep into the psychology of women, emotional detachment, and the shift in feminine energy when a man walks away. We'll explore the timeless power of masculine silence, what it awakens in a woman, and how ancient wisdom has long understood this dynamic, long before the word no contact ever existed. You'll understand why women chase when you step back, what her silence truly means, and what to do when the tables turn. This isn't about games, it's about power, your power, the kind that doesn't shout, it only withdraws and watches the storm it creates. So sit with me, man to man, and let's walk through the emotional, psychological, and spiritual layers of what truly happens when you stop talking to her. Before we dive in, drop a comment below. Have you ever pulled back from a woman and noticed her behavior suddenly change? What did she do? Let us know, it might help another man in the tribe. Chapter 1. The shockwave of silence. What she feels. When you go quiet. The silence of a man is not empty, it's full of presence, full of meaning. And when you stop talking to a woman, when you withdraw your attention and your voice, something changes in the air. At first glance, she might act as if nothing happened. She may even look happier, laughing in her stories, going out, posting more, smiling wider. But don't be fooled by the surface. That isn't peace. That's noise trying to silence the echo of your absence. Because here's the truth most men don't fully understand. Your silence is louder than your words. When you stop talking to her, you're not just removing communication, you're removing your essence, your masculine presence, the energy she once depended on, the steady attention that gave her comfort, validation, and the quiet assurance that she mattered in your world. And when that vanishes, she feels it like a ghost haunting the room. See, when a woman has grown used to your emotional consistency, whether through texts, calls, late-night talks, or simply your presence, your silence doesn't feel neutral. It feels personal. It becomes a puzzle, a riddle, a wound. She begins to wonder, why isn't he reaching out? What is he doing instead of talking to me? Did I do something wrong? Is he tired of me? Has he found someone better? And the more she wonders, the more your silence multiplies in her mind, because silence is a vacuum, and nature hates a vacuum. So she fills that space with emotion, with overthinking, with memories of you, with regrets she never admitted, with questions she never asked. She starts remembering things differently. Moments that seemed small now feel significant. She replays how you looked at her, how you spoke to her, how you were there. She might even begin to miss the very things she once took for granted, your discipline, your emotional control, the way you could just listen without reacting. But this isn't just psychological, this is spiritual. You see, the masculine and feminine are designed to dance with one another in polarity. You chase, she responds. You lean in, she softens. But when you withdraw, truly withdraw, without bitterness, without games, without emotional chaos, you activate a forgotten dynamic in her. You awaken the chase. That's what most men don't realize. A woman doesn't fully connect to her desire for you until you remove yourself from the equation, until she feels the distance, until she's left alone with the void your presence once filled. And here's the deep wisdom. A man's power isn't always in what he gives. Sometimes it's in what he withholds. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Many men waste their time, energy, and emotional currency constantly trying to keep a woman engaged, texting her all day, checking in, seeking reassurance. But the moment he stops, the moment he returns that energy inward, the moment he honors his own time, focus, and peace, everything changes. not because he became more attractive overnight, but because he finally stopped overextending himself. He broke the pattern. You see, women are deeply connected to rhythm, emotion, and the ebb and flow of connection. When a man pulls away suddenly, without anger, without explanation, he disrupts that rhythm. He introduces a new emotional frequency, and that shockwave triggers her feminine curiosity, her emotional memory, and her inner fear of loss. Even if she pretends not to care, even if she blocks you, even if she acts indifferent, it's rarely real. Most of the time it's a defense mechanism, a shield against the storm your absence created, because when a man goes silent, it doesn't just make her wonder about him, it makes her question herself. And that's something no woman forgets. She might start comparing other men to you, she might test you by reaching out indirectly, she might play it cool, waiting for you to crack first. But a Stoic man doesn't chase emotions, he observes them. He lets the silence do what no words ever could. He understands that emotional clarity is often born in the quiet. He knows that if a woman truly values him, she'll feel the pull of his absence stronger than the comfort of his attention. So if you've stepped back, brother, stay there. Don't rush to break the silence. Don't fold because she hasn't responded, because right now, if you've truly withdrawn, she's thinking about you more than ever. She's playing back everything. She's wondering if she lost something rare, and if she hasn't started feeling it yet, she will. The silence always arrives before the storm. Drop a comment below. Have you ever gone silent on a woman and noticed a shift in her behavior afterward? Did she come back, reach out, or show signs she wasn't as detached as she seemed? Let's talk about it. Your experience might open another man's eyes. Chapter 2. The 5 Hidden Stages. Every woman moves through. When you disappear. When your messages stop lighting up her screen and your presence slips silently out of her day, a woman rarely glides straight into indifference. Instead, she travels an interior landscape of emotions, 5 distinct stages that unfold like dominoes, each one nudging the next. Understanding these stages arms you with 2 priceless advantages: clarity about where she truly is and, more importantly, unwavering calm about where you truly stand. Stage 1. Dismissal. This doesn't bother me. The first mask she puts on is confidence. She tells herself, and anyone who'll listen, that she doesn't need you. She might post a carefree selfie, tag friends at a weekend brunch, or casually like that motivational quote about knowing your worth. This is her ego's emergency flare, fired into the sky to convince the world and herself that she's untouched. Ancient Stoic writers saw the same instinct in Roman politics. To protect their public image, senators delivered loud speeches even while their private fortunes crumbled. Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Your absence triggers her imagination first. The suffering is still largely an illusion, but the script has begun. Your move, maintain radio silence. Do nothing to reinforce her bravado or contradict it. Your discipline here is the quiet hammer forging what comes next. Stage 2. Intrigue. What changed? Dismissal can't survive a vacuum. The longer you remain quiet, the more she turns inward. Now the subtle detective work begins. She scrolls through old chats at 1 a.m., hunting for the exact message where the energy shifted. Mutual friends get gentle probes. Hey, have you talked to him lately? She revisits memories, the inside jokes, the late-night drives, your laugh, and weighs them against the current silence. In ancient Japan, samurai practiced mushin, no mind, entering battle with total focus and zero attachment. Your silence, when rooted in genuine self-focus rather than petty revenge, transmits this same unmoved energy. It fascinates her because it breaks pattern. Every past suitor likely chased, pleaded, or argued. You do none of these. That deviation hooks her curiosity like a needle through fabric. Your move, stay purpose-driven. Pour the attention you once scattered on her into training, business, craft, prayer, anything that enlarges you. Curiosity only intensifies when she sees or hears that you're thriving without her applause. Stage 3. Doubt. Did I misjudge his value? Intrigue eventually collides with ego. Now, questions get sharper, less logical, more visceral. Maybe he was one of the good ones. Did I underestimate his loyalty or his options? What if someone else already snapped him up? This stage is where feminine intuition morphs into internal conflict. She remembers the gentleman who clung, the time-wasters who lingered, contrasting them against your dignified withdrawal. Doubt is not just mental, it's physical. The body keeps score, heartbeats spike when your name flashes on her phone, if it ever does, and a hollow ache pulses when it doesn't. In The Art of War, Sun Tzu taught, "When you are absent, make them wonder where you are, not to play games, but to shift perception. Your absence reframes you from a plentiful resource to a scarce one." Scarcity intensifies value. Doubt is simply her heart recalculating supply and demand. Your move, resist the siren call to check up on her. Doubt only matures when you leave it uninterrupted. Think of it like vintage wine. Uncorking too soon ruins the depth. Stage 4. Anxiety. I need clarity now. Silence that lingers beyond doubt turns into restlessness. This is where you may notice sudden likes or reactions to months-old posts, a hey stranger DM that arrives out of nowhere, mutual friends hinting, "She was asking about you the other night." Make no mistake, this isn't casual. Her nervous system is now involved. Oxytocin withdrawal mimics mild addiction symptoms, short tempers, restless sleep, abrupt mood swings. You never threatened her, never guilt-tripped her, never begged. Yet her body reads your absence like a lost signal. Anxiety surges because the narrative remains unresolved. Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." Your calmness here is your shield. If you break silence merely to soothe her anxiety, you trade your shield for momentary praise, and soon you'll be back where you started, emptier than before. Your move, hold steady. If her outreach is vague, let it be. If it's direct and respectful, you can respond in kind, but briefly, warmly, without over-investment. Anxiety dissipates when she either steps fully into honest dialogue or recedes. Do not manage her feelings for her. That is her work. Stage 5. Reflection or rejection. What does his absence teach me? Eventually, the storm must resolve. One of two paths emerges. 1. Reflection and renewed respect. She acknowledges where she faltered. Perhaps she took your stability for granted or weaponized your affection. She may apologize, ask for genuine conversation, or propose rebuilding on healthier terms. Notice, respect precedes romance. She approaches as an equal, not from panic, but clarity. 2. Rejection and rationalization. Unable or unwilling to introspect, she paints a new story. He's self-centered, he was never serious, or the classic, "I just outgrew him." This shields her from discomfort. Let it. Every queen needs a throne. Yours is built on self-possession, not other people's versions of you. Whichever path she chooses, your purpose stays constant. You're not punishing, you're pruning. By stepping back, you trimmed emotional overgrowth that once choked mutual respect. The branches that survive are either strong enough to bear fruit or brittle enough to burn away. Either outcome serves your growth. Your move. If she returns in reflection, set boundaries before bridges, discuss respect, communication cadence, and shared values. If she rationalizes and departs, accept it with gratitude. The space she leaves behind is now fertile ground for a woman aligned with your depth. Share your story below. Which of these stages have you witnessed firsthand, and how did you keep your composure while she moved through them? Your insight might be the lifeline another man needs tonight. Chapter 3. The Power of Detachment. Mastering the art of being wanted without needing her. There's a moment in every man's journey where he realizes that the real power doesn't come from chasing or convincing. It comes from being able to walk away. Not because he doesn't care, but because he refuses to abandon himself in the process of trying to keep someone else. Detachment is not coldness, it's not numbness, it's not pretending you don't feel. It's something far deeper. It's self-possession, it's emotional sovereignty, it's the art of standing in your own soul so solidly that no woman, no silence, no rejection can shake you from your center. And this, my brother, is what she truly feels when you stop talking to her, when you step into your silence, not out of spite, but from strength. Let's be honest. Most men are raised to believe that showing love means constantly proving it, constantly texting, constantly checking in, constantly reminding her, I'm still here. But the paradox is this: the more you chase, the less you are chosen, because masculine pursuit without boundaries turns you from a mystery into a mirror. She stops seeing your depth and starts seeing only her reflection. Her moods control you. Her approval becomes your drug. Her silence becomes your suffering. But when you master detachment, when you can love her deeply but still choose yourself without hesitation, you become magnetic. She senses something rare in you, a man who can hold space but not beg for it. A man who can give but not lose himself in the giving. A man who can stay or walk away with the same calm heart. This is where ancient wisdom becomes more than poetry. The Bhagavad Gita teaches you have the right to work, but never to the fruit of work. Let not the fruit of action be your motive. Apply that to love, and it means this: love her, speak your truth, offer your presence, but never attach your identity to her response. If she loves you back, beautiful. If she doesn't, you still remain whole. When a man learns this, women feel it. They may not be able to name it, but they'll feel it in your tone, your timing, your eyes. You don't panic when she's distant. You don't flood her with questions. You don't try to remind her of your worth, because your worth isn't up for debate. It's rooted in who you are, not how she reacts to you. And here's the beauty of it all. When a man reaches this state, many women will return, some out of curiosity, some out of regret, some because your silence forced them to evolve. But whether they do or not, you are no longer seeking completion in them. You're building yourself into a man who is whole before love, during love, and even after love. You don't chase peace anymore. You are peace. And from that stillness, everything you need finds you without force. If you've walked away from a woman who played games, disrespected your presence, or tested your worth, that wasn't loss. That was alignment. It was your soul protecting you from dilution. You were not created to beg for connection. You were created to embody it. And that means knowing that even if she walks, you remain. So the next time you feel the urge to break silence just to be seen, ask yourself, am I doing this from fear or from freedom? Because once you can love a woman deeply while still being willing to lose her if necessary, you've already won. Not the game, the war for your own soul. Drop your thoughts below. Have you ever felt that shift from chasing her to choosing yourself? How did that detachment change your entire energy around women? Let's hear how you stepped into your power. Chapter 4. When and if you should ever speak again. By now, you've gone silent. You've pulled back, not as a tactic, but as a truth. You've reclaimed your time, your peace, your presence. And now, she reaches out. It might come as a subtle message. Hey, I was just thinking about you. A random story reaction. A missed call late at night. Maybe even a long, emotional paragraph about how she's been doing some thinking. Now what? This is where a man's discipline is truly tested. Not when he walks away, but when he's invited back. Because not every message deserves a reply. And not every return means redemption. Ask yourself one powerful question. Is she coming back with growth or with guilt? There's a difference. A woman who returns out of growth has reflected. She understands what she lost, what she ignored, and she's ready to show up differently. She comes back not just with emotions, but with accountability. She respects your boundaries now. She speaks with intention. She doesn't just miss you, she's ready for you. But a woman who returns out of guilt or loneliness, she's just trying to soothe herself. She misses the attention, the access, the comfort. And if you respond too quickly, if you validate her without qualification, she'll fall right back into her old rhythm. Why? Because nothing about her has changed. Only her emotions have, and emotions are temporary. They do not build strong love. This is why ancient philosophers taught that love without virtue is chaos. In the teachings of Epictetus, we're reminded, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Don't tell her what changed. Show her through your energy. She'll feel it in your silence. She'll hear it in your slower, more thoughtful tone. She'll sense it when you no longer rush to fill the space with reassurance. Here's what a high-value man does when she reaches out. 1. He reads the tone, not just the text. 2. He takes his time. No panic, no rush. 3. If he chooses to respond, he sets the rhythm. Calm, clear, firm. 4. He asks himself honestly, did she acknowledge her part? Is there real emotional maturity here? Am I opening a door to growth or reopening a wound? Because your peace is now sacred. And the moment you allow someone back into your life, they must respect the man you've become in their absence. You are no longer that man who needed to be needed. You are not that boy who begged to be chosen. You are the man who understands the value of his presence, his love, and his voice. And sometimes the right move is no move at all. Sometimes silence must remain, not out of bitterness, but because some chapters are better left closed so that a better story can begin. And sometimes, yes, a woman can return changed. And when she does, with grace and clarity, and if your heart still desires her, then you can respond, but you no longer respond from fear. You respond from power. You respond from choice. The difference? Before you were trying to hold on to her. Now you're holding on to yourself. That is what masculine maturity looks like. Not the loud roar of a man demanding attention, but the quiet strength of a man who knows he doesn't have to prove anything to be chosen. So if she reaches out, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, do I want this woman back in my life? Or did her absence teach me how to finally live without her? Because once you've tasted peace, you won't exchange it for chaos, not even for love. Drop a comment below. If she came back after you went silent, how did you handle it? Did you stay true to yourself, or did you reopen the door too quickly? Let's talk about it. Your honesty might help another man in the tribe make the right call.